As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Erusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Erusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Erusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Erusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Erusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Erusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone.
As of 1 p.m. today,
The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I'm Princess Rosa Cassette Delete of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking. Tragic.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Squadron, sortie ASAP. Current target is on rails. There's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities. visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep. Intersect! Fire the AA! Flee our vehicle out of there! It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Fox 2.
Requesting permission to move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars. Trigger, there's one more to go.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Fox 2. Fired. Deviating. Missed. No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback from those forward. Like your manual, we have a language we can understand. The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too. Break! Break! I'm taking damage, but I'm good to go. We're aim over clear ground.
Zone 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now. Running! Stand on your six! Breaking to escape lock! Break! Break!
Bogies on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Spotted, Clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Column 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Column 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter. He's saying the war can change in an instant, you know. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning. Column 2, the enemy's reading. Mr. Closing, you better make it. Taking cover in the clouds. Golem Squadron, surround them. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Target is in range of guns. Page 2, Fox 2.
Keep your eyes open in those clouds.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds, the ice will melt.
Locked.
He escaped into the clouds! The enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger. I'll buy a dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
That's a miss. Where'd he go?
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
He's mine. He's not getting away. Clouds are screwing up the accuracy. I'm glued to this one.
Locked. Fox 3. Fox 3.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
That's how...
Anti-air vehicles.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours. The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel 2 was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
H Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position. 100. Trigger, maintain your current approach. 50 meters. Excellent work, Trigger.
H Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger, time to show the other guys that we get wet, wild, and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
Enemy reinforcements. Reinforcing. Bailing out.
Mage 2, enemy has a radar lock on you.
Mark 2. Missile. Take him. They took a light out of me. Breaking.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Ahead, but still fighting. I'm hit. I lost control. Careful. There's a real demon in there.
You can't evade a missile. Use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in an IG turn.
Friendly paused.
4 remaining.
We're getting our asses kicked. Where are our reinforcements?
They won't show up on the radar.
Headed in the clouds.
Missile. Caution. Pull up.
Take off that missile. They got me.
3 remaining.
Bandit acquired. Firing.
Missile.
Hit. Fire. Now. I can't take him. The guy's gone.
Mage 2 belongs to.
Eject. We need reinforcements now.
Missile did not connect.
Missile.
Bandit in my sight. Locked on.
Nice kill.
1 remaining. Locked.
Looks like they weren't ready for a fight.
Enemy missile detected.
Mage 2, behind you.
Missile.
Mark 2.
Missile.
Once the enemy gets behind me, that's your chance to take him out.
Roger that.
Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat. Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
What the hell?
Missile.
Caution! Missile!
Caution. A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Missile.
bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
Just waiting for mission command.
Break, now!
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them.
These guys will go down easy.
Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the arsenal bird.
That thing? God help us. We're talking out here keeping up with the drones.
Gold Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Bandits are fast as hell.
Look at that light from the arsenal line. What's going on there?
On fight! Missile in the air, breaking!
Missile.
Quiet lock on there. Firing. Still one. Get him over. Got me.
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron, detail. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
Verify the situation.
Column 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
This is Column 3, Column 2's hit! Status report.
Phase 2 is out of commission. UAV's closing.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
Just waiting for mission command.
Break, now!
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them.
These guys will go down easy.
Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the arsenal bird.
That thing? God help us. We're talking out here keeping up with the drones.
Missile.
Gold Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Bandits are fast as hell.
Look at that light from the arsenal bird. What's going on here?
Column 3, push 2, Nico. They're after me.
Missile. Missile.
Can't get a read on these bandits. They're dodging everything I throw at them.
Missile.
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron, detail. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
Verify the situation.
Right overhead.
Target is hit.
Column 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
This is Column 3, Column 2's hit!
Missile.
Status report.
Stall warning.
Shit, Column 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Can't reach the arsenal bird.
Missile.
It's not your side. Shit, that's smart.
Skeleton 3, break. Break! Missile.
Missile.
We lost another friendly.
Skeleton 3's lost.
Keep coming. What's the plan?
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How's that happen?
What the hell? Caution, all aircraft stay alert.
Get out of there.
Breaking!
Hey, control ground. I'm breaking up.
Skeleton 2 lost.
We got incoming.
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. If they did it earlier, more of us would have survived the hearing.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
We'll go, but Column 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Column 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to go. I'm back and I...
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and clear your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
H2, Fox 2. H2, UAV down.
I maneuver behind the enemy.
Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, H Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy. Enemy's locked.
H Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work. More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
Got one in my sights. My status is fine.
This is Gargoyle 1. Leading Operation Airspace with Column 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack!
One back. 1530.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile! Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Twin tips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run. This is getting a little tight.
H2, locked. H2, missile away.
Yowza.
Column and Main Squadron. Help us.
Get those UAVs off of France.
Lift Column and Main Squadron. They'll pull through.
Get your asses out. H2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Portrait aircraft. Let's take it easy next time.
Dead meat. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared. I'm scared.
This is not good. Brody, break off. Not on my watch.
Targeting range of guns. UAV confirmed down.
Main Squadron still have their hot shot. Just fight it out. Don't look back. Just have faith.
This is
Column and Main, don't look back. We'll take it. Come on! Main Squadron, get those things off my ass.
Tied up now. Trigger, can you help him? Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
She's a predator. We can keep that.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
Golem 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got Brownie?
Afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry. All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Main Squadron, withdraw.
Star warning.
1000 to runway. H2, lower speed. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Perfect, Mage 2. I knew you'd be back. Stand by for further orders. Be ready for your next sortie.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing a stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? 'Cause someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osea, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osea was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osea down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusea, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osea's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck. Careful of ice formation in the clouds. Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused. You're 3/4 of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home. Harling is still the president in my eyes. He ended the war, built the space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero. I'll do my best to save him. Let me a hand, Trigger. Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there. Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear.
Pull up.
Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started.
Pull up.
Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone. Mage 2, target destroyed.
Nickel. Pull up. Nickel. Nickel.
Break! Missile incoming!
Nickel. Nickel.
Mage 2, target down. Fox 2,
Pull up. Nickel.
target eliminated.
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here. Column Squadron. Trigger jumped through the fire. Now it's our turn.
Nickel.
Convoy Squadron, stay focused. Don't know your job.
Nickel.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond. Half of the anti-air guns down. Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before that.
Nickel.
Missile closing. Evade!
Nickel.
This is Sea Goblin. We've arrived. Do we have a clear LZ?
Mission still in progress. Stand by.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Mage 2, rescue team can't land until anti-air weapons are down. Destroy them.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Half of the SAM sites are down.
Nickel. 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 Stall warning.
Lockdown hostile.
Stall warning. Stall warning. Nickel. Nickel.
All anti-air guns destroyed. All SAM sites down. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, we're clear to land.
Roger.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Stall warning.
Rescue craft tagged on. Initiate.
rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Gollum and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey. You're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the express location now. Run for the container!
Engine is down.
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Mage 2, locked.
Yeah, Mage 2, destroy the target. Ambush! Fire from the far shore! They're targeting us! Get behind the chopper!
Missile. Missile.
UAVs approaching the space elevator. Stop them.
Missile.
Return fire! Sierra 2, hold position! We're cut off! Taking fire! We're pinned down! Shoot back!
UAV down. Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
Express identified! Behind the gantry crane! Mr. Harley, stick right there! Jacob's been hit! Incoming rocket!
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive?
They got the chopper and Sierra too! That was so barbaric!
UAV is moving away from the harbor toward the space elevator. Shoot them down.
We'll pass out some exhaust before the enemy wears out.
Rocket!
Damn. That's about half. Mop up the rest. UAVs flying toward the space elevator. Mage, Gollum, get them.
Target's destroyed. This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I'm with President Hurley. Rescue unit down. Along with the soldier who had his radio. Let's get Mr. Hurley out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out.
Golem Squadron, let's take it up a notch, okay?
3 remaining.
We found an Norwegian transport craft. His engines are on.
Flag.
Better than Mr. Hurley.
All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via the data link.
Best you can come up with.
1 remaining.
Star warning. Star warning.
Mage 2, missile away. All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off. Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Wilco, forming up.
Star warning. Star warning.
Roger. Sending UAVs to the transport. Orders are to fire warnings. Yes, sir. Kinetic timer. That's no clue how UAVs are used. Fired.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fighter. Missile headed for firing.
Understood. An Arsenal bird is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice.
Roger. Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle did their job.
I figured, but why weren't we informed? The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual. Gargoyle Squadron, report.
Here, one hit was scored. Rest is coming by UAV. The elevator will break through the threat. Nothing more.
Roger, continue to maintain air superiority. It didn't connect. Look, this one hit!
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. The cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Don't worry about it. Just send help this way. I'm sorry. Get Mr. Hurley. Please.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course.
Going for it. Bandit on your ass.
Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond! Mr. Harling, please respond!
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you.
Stall warning.
UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane?
Arsenal 3, passing waypoint 2.
The UAVs are continuing their attack.
They're obsessed with that transport.
UAVs launching from Arsenal Road 40, heading toward the AO.
Mage, destroy those UAVs and keep Mother Goose 1 safe. Mage 2, clear out the bogies near Mother Goose 1.
Oh my god, Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was Ocean. A friendly missile hit him.
Verifying the situation. Stop speculating.
Friendly fire. I saw it.
Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. Erusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Was it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye in the hatchling. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately. Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand why.
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
Bad news for us here at the prison. The enemy fell for our decoy base. With all the fake planes and trucks we had out, it must have looked to them like the Osean Air Force was about to go on the attack. Day after day after day after day, they bombed us. Osea didn't give a damn. We weren't soldiers to them, so go ahead. Bomb us. In their eyes, we were expendable. Worth less than the fake planes in the bunkers. No biggie. While I made fake planes, they had me put together some working ones. Then, some genius at HQ decided we should send it up, so the base looked legit. Thankfully, we had people to crew them. It didn't matter what we were locked up here for anymore. Top brass needed pilots, and criminals were all they had. A crook, a gambler, an anarchist. Just your typical lowlifes. They threw each one of them in a cockpit and sent them up to intercept the enemy's planes. But in the end, it was all just for show. So, up they went, day after day after day. Today they tossed someone new into the mix. Wonder what he did to get sent here. My dad died flying for the Osean Air Force. When your allies are surrounded, one of the most dangerous missions is giving them cover to retreat. Whoever signed up for that was a real hero. But even more dangerous than that was being the one who had to cover the rear guard's retreat. That was my dad's job, and one time, he called it off. Said it was too late for him. Said anyone else would have done the same. I found that out from a war buddy of his when he came to tell me how my dad died. The next time a retreat happened, my dad volunteered to be in the rear guard. Dumbass. He died all right. No one came to help. The news nearly broke me. Of all the ways to get killed, that's gotta be the most pathetic one ever. Am I right? There's a rumor going around about another inmate. A guy they brought here a little while ago. Get this, Talk in the cell block says he was sent here because he killed Harling, the president of Osea during the last war, remember? He's the one that sent my dad on that suicide mission. He's the reason I had to go live with my grandpa, and why me and Gramps started building a supersonic jet. He's the reason I ended up here. Maybe I should give that guy a thank you note for killing him. Nah. God, I hate the smell of this place. It's all fake and lies and bullshit. It reeks.
All right, guys, I'll let you in on some juicy info. The new guy was found guilty by the International Union Peacekeeping Forces court-martial. He is the murderer of Harling in the flesh. His TAC name's Trigger. Now, as of today, he may be attached to the Osean Air Force Base 444th Squadron. But that is just some symbolic bullshit. It doesn't really matter if he's Harling's murderer or not. Every last one of you has been incarcerated for one reason or another. You cons have an obligation to atone for your crimes. A few of you in the penal unit know how to fly, and HQ needs to plug the deficit in our Air Force. So they proposed sending you guys on a reconnaissance mission to the Waiapolo Mountains. But that idea was flat out rejected. Nope. You'll be atoning for your crimes right here at this base. This base is a decoy designed to draw enemy fire. And as members of this base, you'll be taking hits from the enemy. This will allow our forces to safely prepare a counterattack.
Incoming!
Switch off that alarm. It's just the usual. I thought Zapland was supposed to be an isolated area. Okay. I'm gonna need a few aircraft to scramble.
Wonder how many will lose today. Better than solitary.
Enemy aircraft detected over the dummy runway.
We just need to make it look like we can put up a fight. Some of those piles of junk can at least take off. Let's get the guiltiest cons in the sky first. We'll start with Harling's murderer. We don't expect you to down any bombers. But what we do want is to make them think that we've got an active base here.
time to get busy, convicts. Proceed with your mission now.
Follow orders, Trigger. Taxi to the runway now. Check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Control, would you kindly send me a burst?
Spare 8, Champ, this is the control tower. You're not cleared for takeoff. Obey orders.
Go to hell.
All aircraft preparing for takeoff. Watch out for Spare 8. He's forcing a takeoff.
I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the skies. Touche.
Trigger, your call sign is Spare 15. Consider it your prisoner number for the air. Commencing deception and interception.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
My blood's boiling! Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back.
Thanks, Barry.
Can you land your ass?
Champ's gonna survive? Anyone want to bet on it? No one's gonna take that bet.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, I have no problem with him stirring things up a bit.
But do not block the runway.
So, no missiles again. The FCS is locked. Damn, you're good. Let's make this more interesting. Prisoners use nothing without supervision. Not even a pencil. Here comes Harling's murderer. He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes. Always in the know, aren't you? In this war, intel is a life or death matter. Settle down. Excited to have another murderer with you?
Yeah!
This is Bandog. Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. I know it's just a dummy runway. You guys just need to make a lot of noise. Make them think there's fighters at the base.
Anyone got a smoke? I'll owe you one.
If any of you die, just think of it as you atoning for your crimes. One more thing. Any aircraft leaving the operation area will be shot down. You hear me?
Righto.
Number 3, this is Square 1. Numbers we can handle. Proceed with us. Square Squadron, get into formation. There's nothing to worry about. Execute the target.
Look at them. Blowing up a bunch of paper planes.
The enemy seems to think our Air Force is concentrated on this base. Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that? So that convincing.
The enemy just hit the control tower.
Hey, what's with all the shaking? Not let the enemy get closer.
Are you trying to kill me?
Shall I order them to shoot down all? Commander McKenzie? Damn it! Spare Squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy.
Plenty done by now. And after I think the odds. Want to bet which one of us gets the first kill trigger?
Starts. This is the first. If counts going, I decide when you die.
All right, I'm assuming command. All aircraft support me. Who's gonna dance to your line, too?
I'll show you all how it's done.
Warning! Man on your 6! Missile inbound! Evade!
Online.
Fox 2.
Ready to fire. Firing. We're losing incoming. Hurry now! Finish the job and let's get out! Now, we're in front of this track. This is our first damage. Above ground level.
I've yet to confirm the destruction of the targets. Continue on with the mission.
Call warning.
Get ready.
That cheers me up. Pipe down and keep your mind on the mission.
Sorry, I got lucky.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Stay inside it.
Got all dressed up for nothing.
Stall warning. Stall warning. Stall warning.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get the top score again. Only because kills are self-rewarding.
Bandit on my tail.
The rest is mine. Die. Spare 15, bandit splashed. Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I'm in that report. Get dressed up real pretty. Head to the next target. Radar pinged. Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them. Righto. A bomber's at high altitude. Stop watching your own asses and look up. Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. Bingo. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harlow's murderer.
We can't make a range. We can't. Where the hell are we out here? All aircraft, act at your own discretion.
Missile. 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 Missile.
A monkey can do this work. Anyone up for some poker tonight?
Bring that down. I'm surrounded.
Wow, look at Trigger go. Lucky shot. Really think they can get a bunch of convicts to just put on a show?
Careful on the clouds. Radar doesn't work as well in there. Break! I'm hit! I'm hit!
Oh yeah, add this one to my score.
Bandit in my sight. My God!
Missile. Missile.
Let me just slide in there.
Missile. Missile.
Mark 2.
Missile.
This is decent at what it's famous for. I wouldn't go that far. Talking tennis don't run a challenge. Don't let it go to your head, murderer. Multiple bandits inbound. We got bombers and support. All aircraft follow me. You too, murderer. Jeez, now he thinks he's squadron leader.
I'm in position. He's mine.
Trigger, don't get shut down now. I got good money riding on your survival. Some guys have got big money riding on you going down, so watch your back. Spare 7, shut up. You don't need to yap to pull a trigger. Trigger again! Don't get excited. It's beginner's luck.
Can't maintain altitude. Bailing out.
This is a pretty
guys. Now the papier-mâché strategy at the base seems to be doing the trick. Guess every man and his dog has an idea how to end the war.
One bandit left. Take him down now.
First come, first served.
All targets confirmed eliminated.
Hell yeah! Still alive, Harling's murderer? Then dinner's on me tonight.
Cut the chatter, Spare Squadron. Mission complete. RTB. Trigger's still with us. Must have the devil in his corner. Spare 7, what happens if the one you've bet on dies while landing?
Then you win. So, what? You're not done?
Just checking.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing check. We don't want a wreck blocking the runway. Spare 15, you have permission to land. Wind conditions are calm. 3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. Right. Stand by for your next sortie.
I lost a lot of money for that trigger. Don't forget.
Spare 15, the runway's free.
Did I say you could take down the enemy? Throw anyone who disobeys into solitary.
Mihai's granddaughters liked to keep to themselves mostly. They were well behaved and possessed a sort of quiet elegance. From time to time, I'd catch myself looking at them, wondering what they were talking about. I'm sure everyone on the base did the same. They were such enthralling creatures. Every night, a crowd would gather around Mihai. They were the men tasked with guarding him in the air. Their jackets all bore the same patch, a relic from a nation that was long gone. Decades ago, during the Age of Expansion, the Kingdom of Erusia absorbed many countries. Theirs was one of them. Mihai asked them,
"Yet what is a nation? Can we actually see the physical lines that divide one from another?"
People of my generation can no longer speak the language of our homeland. My grandparents always look sad when they see I have no idea what they're saying to me.
Mihai didn't say a word after that. His scarred face betrayed no emotion. He didn't get those scars from flying, though. Mihai was originally from Shalaji. His real name is Mihai Dumitru Margarita Corneliu Leopold Blanca Carol Aeon Ignatius Raphael Maria Nikitas A. Shalaji. When he was young, he was the heir to the Grand Duchy of Shalaji. Then, revolution broke out among his people. Mihai was betrayed by a close friend who pointed a gun at his face and pulled the trigger. The revolution was successful, but the new country that sprang from it was annexed by the expanding Kingdom of Erusia. The Erusian royal family allowed Mihai's family to retain their title and noble standing in the new kingdom. But Mihai surprised them all by signing up for the draft like an ordinary Erusian citizen. He was then accepted into the Air Force Academy by order of the king. Mihai soon became an ace pilot. When the royal family was ousted and Erusia became a republic, he continued his service for the new regime. Test sites soon flourished. One day, a classmate of Mihai's granddaughter visited. I noticed the rose emblem. She laughed like a princess, and I found out later she was indeed the daughter of Erusia's new ruler. She was the connection to the royal bloodline everyone was looking for, the one to restore the monarchy. This new princess was truly a godsend for the Erusian people. If Mihai's granddaughters were like the moon, she was like the sun, around which everything seemed to orbit. Her face was so expressive. It's no wonder the people of this war-torn country instantly felt at ease when they saw her speeches. They started singing. The pilots of the support plane smiled, even though they wished their nation were independent from hers. Angelic. I wonder how Mihai felt about all of this. It was my job to research his neurological data, after all. I wish I could figure him out. Whatever his feelings were about losing his homeland, he kept hidden, even from me.
Your mission is to atone for your crimes by attracting the enemy's attention. First, I want you to head from the base to the desert region of Roca-Roja to the northwest. And then second, you will attack the large Erusian base there. We've been unable to verify that base's ability to deal with fighters. You will attack and provoke the enemy into revealing their AA strategy. Get them to fire at you as much as you can. That way, we can confirm where they're firing from. Then it's a case of sending in a regular force to clean them out. For this mission, we prepared a frontline base that can be used for ammo replenishment and aircraft repairs. However, this is not for you guys. Only the regular force has permission to use it. Even if you run out of ammo, don't forget that you're just decoys. You stay out there as targets for the enemy.
Evacuation's complete. Stand by at the front.
Some welcome. All aircraft, spread out and attack.
We're clear to attack, right? I heard the regular forces were gonna clean things up. It's just like before. We blow the shit out of everything.
Sharp as a tack, aren't you, Spare Aid? Regular forces can reduce losses if you tenderize the base first. If you can't handle that, just fly and be a target. You're hitting 3 locations. Some have air power, so their threat levels vary. Think of the best way to rob them of their ability to respond. Use those empty heads of yours. If you die too fast, you won't even be useful as targets.
Enemy aircraft! Whole squadron! Running the anti-air interceptors! Open fire! Affirmative. We'll do what we can.
Transport truck spotted. Not a threat, but feel free to take them out.
Listen to me. We're like some kind of special design. What are the odds of getting out alive?
That's for you to figure out, Spare 7.
Set off a chain reaction! At least stop it from spreading!
Any regular aircraft that join later needing any repairs or ammo will fly over the return line. However, you guys do not have that luxury.
So, what are we supposed to do?
Target confirmed destroyed.
Fucking error!
Cut the crap. There's work to do.
I'm out. Returning to resupply. How are we supposed to work without ammo? I'm heading back.
Nice try. This stuff isn't for you guys.
Let's be honest here. Regulars like us are allowed to resupply. But in your heart, you want us to smash that base. My honor.
You're gonna wish this mission never ended.
Looks like the bad dogs finally come around.
On your 6. Hey, gun down.
You're mine. Success.
Enemy in gun range. Target destroyed. Missile away. Target was not hit. Spare 15 locked. The vehicles have been taken out. Move on to the next target.
You're our official fly swatter now, Trigger.
That bomber's getting away. Chase it down like you mean it, morons. A bomber is taken off. That's for us. Take care of it. All enemy bombers destroyed. That should put a wrench in their plans.
Just leave it for us.
my lucky day. The enemy base is divided into 3 sections. You did nothing more than destroy just one of them. Why are you acting like some big shot, Count? Haha, Trigger's the one who did most of the work. Why are you so proud of that full band? Finally have a read on the targets. They're in one hell of a place. I'll take it from here. Fox 2, Fox 2. Locked on target. Trigger's taking out one of the AA guns. He has anti-surface weaponry. Vehicle down. Spare 15, missile. Locked on. Spare 15 locked. Spare 15 target destroyed. Fox 2. Hostile has a lock. Spare 15 launching missile. I know the base commander makes a big deal whenever a new mission comes in. But it's just one after another. Like that was the plan all along or something. Says where and when bots like us will die. And they already know the next strategy. Hold up. Let's make a bet. Whoever guesses the next strategy wins. You can get in on this too, Panda. You can get your heads off in solitary. Let me look into this doctrine thing. Drive is on to be delivered to a terminal. It's amazing how many people like to pass around nowhere as gathering intel is all about getting access. Don't worry about crashing. Worry about your sins. Freelancing as a priest now as well as a jailer.
Locked on bandit. My wing is off.
Trigger eliminated the target.
Not that thing.
Missile, evading! Confirmed kill on AA gun. Shoot. Locked. Missile hit. Target down. Let's bet how much damage we can do with just machine guns. Tank eliminated. Spare 15, Fox 2. Missile coming for you. Move it. Check your 6. Okay. All that's left below you is piles of rubble. Look for more enemies. Let's see if they can't hit you this time. This bastard wants a piece of me. approaching at high speed, bearing 280. They're drones.
These must be the infamous drones.
They can dogfight without pilots?
Machines are not replacing humans. Calm down. They're just obstacles in your way. Don't forget your original mission.
It's bad enough just dealing with the surface. Damn. Did the jailer know about the shitstorm he was sending us into?
Humans are just pawns.
That lion son of a bitch.
Don't pretend like you deserve any better. Continue with the operation.
This is Spare 7. Shit! Someone get this enemy off my tail! I can't. I've got my hands full too.
I roll a missile. Take it off.
God damn it, I'm dead! I'm still at the table! Another one! I've got a bet on me getting out of this.
Control warning.
Hey, someone's down. Who is it? Time Ruler. He's been taken out.
Don't miss your pants over one aircraft being down.
Caution. Missile. Missile.
Trees destroyed all the trucks. Two targets didn't get fired from the ground. This is Spare 11. Enemy base dead ahead. Damn it, we can't do this from the sky. We need ground troops.
Spare 11, just do your job.
What happens to a bet when the banker's out?
Missile.
Another man down. There's no point. Retreat.
Follow your orders. Continue the operation. Deserters will be punished.
I'm hit. My aircraft.
This isn't even a fight. You want to lose all your pilots?
Shut up.
Try to stop me.
Missile.
I'm getting behind trigger. Stick to the best if you want to survive. If anyone wants to die, let him. Poor decision on your part. I've still got top score. Count? Man, you're useless. Everyone knows you reach your numbers. You're not like the ones who scurry back to the base, Trigger. I'll do that. Trigger, hostile behind you!
Missile.
You've done a fair amount of work to their ground units, but I see some of you still have ammo. Continue with the attack. Keep yourself nice and exposed till I say otherwise. Engage or face punishment.
Keep walking away, little guard dog.
Missile.
You'll pay for this.
Missile.
Looks like we're the only ones having fun out here. Trigger, the one with the highest score wins. Let's settle who's best once and for all.
Missile.
Spare 15, enemy's got a lock.
Missile.
Well done, Bandit. Protect.
Missile. Missile.
3 minutes remaining. Locked on target. Expect this to be a straightforward air raid. They got Spare 15. Some welcome. All aircraft, spread out and attack.
We're clear to attack, right? I heard the regular forces were gonna clean things up. It's just like before. We blow the shit out of everything.
Sharp as a tack, aren't you, Spare 8? Regular forces can reduce losses if you tenderize the base first. If you can't handle that, just fly and be a target.
Preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Some welcome. All aircraft, spread out and attack.
We're clear to attack, right? I heard the regular forces were gonna clean things up. It's just like before. We blow the shit out of everything.
Sharp as a tack, aren't you, Spare Aid? Regular forces can reduce losses if you tenderize the base first. If you can't handle that, just fly and be a target.
We're being attacked.
Watch out for
Enemy aircraft. Whole squadron. Ready the anti-air interceptors. Open fire.
Transport truck spotted. Not a threat. Feel free to take them out.
We're leading the week as a kind of special section.
Nickel.
Fire set off a chain reaction. Elite dropping from the running.
Nickel.
What are the odds of getting out alive?
That's for you to figure out, Spare 7. We have 3 locations. Some in the towers, other threat levels vary. Think of the best way to rob them of their ability to respond. Use those empty heads of yours. If you die too fast, you won't even be useful as targets. Any regular aircraft that join later needing any repairs or ammo will fly over the return line. However, you guys do not have the luxury.
So, what are we supposed to do?
Target confirmed destroyed. Trigger again.
Yeah, just again. Trigger. Rocking it hard.
Cut the crap, there's work to do.
Nickel.
Bombers destroyed before takeoff. Who did that? Smash one eye.
That was fast. Keep up the good work.
Righto.
One.
I'm out. Returning to resupply. How are we supposed to work without ammo? I'm heading back.
Nice try. This stuff isn't for you guys.
Let's be honest here. Regulars like us aren't allowed to resupply. But in your heart, you want us to smash that base. Am I off?
Which insertion never end.
Looks like Bad Dog's finally come around.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Check your rear. Enemy on you.
Nickel. Nickel.
The vehicles have been taken out. Move on to the next target.
Supply spawner now, Trigger.
There's a guy. Vehicle down. Locked. Target destroyed.
Finally have the lead on the targets. They're in one hell of a place. I'll take it from here. Missile closing. Concentrate on dodging it. Trigger's taking out one of the AA guns. Enemy down. Stay sharp.
Electronics are now just a bunch of wires.
AA gun down.
I'm on my target.
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
Box 2.
Nickel.
Enemy has a lock.
Target gun range. Fire.
Bandit in my sights.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Fire. Evading. Bandit has a lock.
Hostiles in your area are nearly wiped out. Get moving to a more crowded area. Try to catch some more lead.
Locked on.
I'm going after the plane. Stand it.
You're giving me another shot? Must be my lucky day.
The enemy base is divided into 3 sections. You did nothing more than destroy just one of them. Why are you acting like some big shot, Count?
Trigger's the one who did most of the work.
Why are you so proud of that fool then?
Hide and seek.
Spare 15 locked on.
Missile! Trigger, he's gonna lock.
Spare 15 target destroyed. Fox 2, Fox 2. Bombs away. Don't worry about crashing. Worry about your sins.
You think it's a priest now as well as a jailer? Now the base commander makes a big deal whenever a new mission comes in. When it's just one after another. Like that was the plan all along or something. Battle doctrines. Something happens, they'll tell you what to do next. OCO has one. The bubble says where and when pawns like us will die. You mean they already know the next strategy? Hold up. Let's make a bet. Whoever guesses the next strategy wins. You can get in on this too, Band Dog.
Maybe you guys need to cool your heads off in solitary.
Let me look into this doctrine thing. A bribe is all you need to look into a terminal. It's amazing how many people write their password on their own letter desk. Gathering intel is all about getting access.
Missile launched.
They have me spiked. Trigger, they have a lock on you.
Bombs away.
Target is annihilated.
Locked on target.
Trigger, missile incoming. Maybe if we had some anti-surface weaponry. Missile! They're after me! Trigger smoked him.
Missile launched.
Trigger, he's got a lock.
Okay. All that's left below you is piles of rubble. Look for more enemies. Let's see if they can't hit you this time.
Enemies locked on me. Someone help me out here.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Aircraft approaching at high speed. Bearing 280. They're drones.
These must be the infamous drones.
They can dogfight without pilots?
Machines are not replacing humans.
Calm down. They're just obstacles in your way. Don't forget your original mission.
It's bad enough just dealing with the surface. Damn. The shitstorm you're sending us into? Pure words are just pawns. That lion son of a bitch.
Don't pretend like you deserve any better. Continue with the operation.
Triggers destroyed all the trucks. This is Spare 11. Enemy base dead ahead. Damn it, we can't do this from the sky. We need ground troops.
Spare 11, just do your job.
Just give us a bomb big enough to blow the area.
5 minutes remaining. Bombs away.
This is Spare 7. Shit! Someone get this enemy off my tail! I can't. I've got my hands full too.
High roller, missile, take it off.
God damn it, I'm hit! I'm still at the table! High roller, missile, another one! I've got a bet on me getting out of this. Someone's down. Who is it? It's High roller. He's been taken out.
Don't piss your pants over one aircraft being down. Trigger destroyed the enemy facility while everyone else was sleeping. You've done a fair amount of work to their ground units, but I see some of you still have ammo. Continue with the attack. Keep yourself nice and exposed till I say otherwise.
The bank is out. Another vent down. There's no point. Retreat.
Follow your orders. Continue the operation. Deserters will be punished.
I missed my aircraft.
This isn't even a fight. You want to lose all your pilots?
Shut up.
Try and stop it.
I don't even work.
I'm getting behind Trigger. Stick with the best if you want to survive. If anyone wants to die, let him. Poor decision on your part. I've still got top score. Count? Dan, you're useless. Everyone knows you're reaching numbers. It's the mission and the ones who stayed that are crazy.
Vehicle down.
Landed on my six. Missile.
Engage or face punishment.
Yapping away like a guard dog.
Pay for this.
Flying straight. Looks like we're the only ones having fun out here. Trigger, the one with the highest score wins. Let's settle who's best once and for all.
3 minutes remaining.
They'll crash on their own.
Visibility low.
Check your six. You got a bandit. Whatever.
Spare 15 locked on.
Missile. The enemy's got a lock.
Don't expect this to be a straightforward air raid.
I can't get close enough to try. Wow, Trigger's the only one who's managed to hit the base.
Bandits in the tunnel. They're taking off from inside.
This is how it works. Protect.
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
Finally finding my code. Okay. Give the enemy base enough. Operation is complete. Head back. The bastards who flew off are going to wish they were never born. You guys get a pass. Damn right. I wouldn't be surprised if we're thrown in solitary too.
Who wants to bet who goes into solitary? That's what that gambling nutjob would say if he was still here.
Where's your sense of humor, guys? Buddy's making a joke. Laugh already. Some welcome.
You lost planes, but the mission succeeded. However, some of you crossed the return line for supplies and for repairs. This will result in solitary. Take them. You know, I've received a medal for my ingenuity in finding a use for you cons. But just remember, if you disobey orders, there's a special place in solitary confinement for you. Your so-called right to complain was forfeited the moment you chose to break the law. Okay then, go make yourselves useful. An Osean Air Force squadron is currently entering Erusian territory for reconnaissance. Due to certain factors, their return route has been changed. The new return route will be through Yinshi Valley, a scenic and rocky karst area. The enemy's radar facilities and anti-aircraft weapons hidden on the mountainside pose a serious threat. Your mission is to destroy them and get our guys out in one piece, even if it puts your own lives in danger. And it is important to remember they will send up interceptors if you're detected. So you will need to choose something useful in a dogfight. The weather won't be on your side, but you're doing this whether you like it or not. Worry about the squadron's return route, not your own. Your mission is to get them back safely, which I think is the perfect punishment for your crimes.
Stall warning. 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 Stall warning.